Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are live and in effect with a very special broadcast of the Sunday Night Market Watch as we wait the markets to open in mere moments. I hope everybody has had a good weekend. There's been a geopolitical event of epic proportions that has occurred on Saturday, and the markets very well could react dramatically tonight. We could see it. Of course, it could be a nothing burger as well, too. We just never know, but good to see you guys here. We expect a very busy night, and just as a word of warning, I may not be able to address as many people that pop into the chat here tonight, but I appreciate each and every one of you for popping in tonight and being here. I'll try my best, but we're going to get to these comments because I did post a video earlier today that talks a little bit about the situation, or a lot about the situation that's occurring in Israel. And could it spread to other regions? It very easily could. And that's the thing. Of course, there's arguments as well. And one guy blocked me because of my views on Israel, but that's okay. You're going to see that. Some people have very thin skin, apparently. But nonetheless, people feel strongly about this issue. But regardless, this is why there's no peace in that area, I think. But nonetheless, it's really... should be more simple than it is, but nonetheless. But very good. All right, let's get into it. We're going to answer some comments. The markets do take about 2 minutes to actually show up on Kitco. So we're going to start with getting into some of these comments. Only American can waste money like this. That's very true. And with this spaceship going into the asteroid, that was another controversial video that I did this morning. But yet, you're right, exactly. We sure do know how to waste money like champs. Balzac, we need a peacemaker. Yes, with this stuff's going on, it's crazy. You're right. It's insane. Pray for the nation. Pray for the world. CPAT, I'd be lying if I wasn't nervous for what's next on the world stage and here in the United States. Yep, I am nervous too. I don't know what's going to happen, but we can just have to hang in there and watch as events unfold. And we'll see what happens here. Very good to see you guys. And good to see James Unleashed is here. Ghost in plain sight. 500 Scoobs is here. Jeff England, Bourbon Stackers, trying to say hello to as many as possible here. And Noam Avaram Dudai is here from the southern Israel. Well, thank you, Noam, for being here. You're right in the thick of it. Be safe, my friend. We want you to be safe. If there's anybody here from the region, definitely let me know. Our prayers are with you, no matter what side you're on. And the thing is I think that really there's going to be a number of Palestinians who want peace as well, too, as well as Israelis. But good to see you. Ghost in plain sights here. Welcome to Scorpion Metals. Scorpion Metals, great channel. He actually is a very talented artist. And with the workshop and everything that he's got going on there. So much with his craft is pretty amazing. Rocky Superstar is here. Good to see you. Shouted him out in the video that I did today as well. Hoosier Stacker is here. Good to see you. All right. So let's get one more, then we'll check the markets. Because they actually, you know what? Let's check them now. They are open now. And let's see what they're going to be doing, how they're going to react to this. All right. Look at this, folks. They are open, and they are on fire. They are on fire to the upside. Pun intended, I guess. Wow, look at this. Gold is up $16.40 right out of the starting gate. Silver is up 24 cents, over 1% right out of the starting gate. I don't usually do this, but let's see if we're going to see what it looks like on the chart. Look at this. Right out of the starting gate. Look at that massive jump. Now, I knew it was going to probably be interesting tonight, but could this be a violent reaction, pun intended again, of the markets right out of the starting gate, and we see a correction later in the evening? I don't know. We'll find out, but they are snapping up. The whole market is definitely reacting to this, and this is in Asia. Imagine what's going to happen in London in a few hours, and then tomorrow morning in New York. So they are on fire. The markets are tonight. I just don't know how else to describe it, but the markets indeed are reacting. And look at that. There's your proof right there for silver. just sprouting up, much greater than gold at this point. But we'll come back and check. Well, let's check it again. This is crazy. All right, now we're looking at it again here, and even higher. We're going to hit $22 silver here tonight, folks. Back up to $22, up almost 30 cents right out of the starting gate. It is massive here. Look at this. Gold is up $17 in this special Sunday night market watch. They are nervous, and rightfully so. This is the first war in Israel in 50 years, an actual war. We've had plenty of attacks and skirmishes, but this is an actual war. And again, folks like Noam, who is right in the thick of it in southern Israel, anybody who is in that region, be safe, stay safe. Yes, indeed, and hang in there. It is a geopolitical call indeed, Sherilyn Monroe, for sure. And very good. And let's see. All right. So there's where that is. It's a crazy what's going on there. All right. So let's get back. We're going to get to the comments here because we're in this video. We're actually discussing, this in the video that I did earlier today. If you've not seen it, I hope you will check it out. The attack on Israel and watch gold and silver. And we're watching it right now, the beginning of it, to see what's going to happen. And there's some advice I want to give as far as these markets. Sooner or later, we're going to come into the reality of this situation. The markets will react and the markets will calm down in due time. So it's probably not a good time to buy as the prices go up. But anyways, prep mode. Spirit told me to get ready all I could. All right, there you go. There you go, Ghost in Plain Sight. It's good to be prepared. Well, welcome back and good to see you. All right. Welcome. All right. So, George Montgomery, watch, don't look up. Make sure you watch the credits too, because there's an extra scene. You'll like what happens to the elite. Okay, interesting. I did see that movie, but I don't know if I saw the extra actual end scene there. I'll have to go back and watch that. All right. DPR Rhythm says here, we will be paying it with our tax dollars, and some elite will get quadrillions. Same old story. Yep. Exactly. With this asteroid this thing happening on the asteroid here. Hezbollah started lobbing rockets from the West Bank also. Biblical, yes. I did hear about that as well, and we know that Hezbollah is very closely tied to Iran. All right, and Dan says here, weird, America forsakes all traditional values, and all of a sudden everything is falling apart. Who would have guessed? Yep, I tell you, a lot of people, there's a lot of different interpretations of what's going on. That some of this has been foretold here. Not one American coin on your turntable. Are you that fed up with your country, sir? Well, actually, I think there was an American coin on there. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. But it was not my intention. Let's see here. But yes, there was a dollar bill on there. But anyways. All right, and here we go, and this is pretty interesting. We're going to get back to the markets here in a moment because I've heard this mentioned a couple of times here. Electric Ninja says this. Rafi Farber, a YouTuber who lives in Israel, said that the Israeli army had a stand-down order and did not respond to the Hamas attacks for 7 hours. They have helicopters 1 minute away from Gaza, but they were basically allowing the invasion to take place, possibly to give them a reason to retake the strip. Now, that is interesting. If that was the case, then wow, that is something. Bait them into it. Something else. I hope that is not the case. But anyways, because precious lives have been lost there. Mrs. Coin Crew is here. Good to see you. Good to see Yankee Pride, Silversmith. So glad to see you guys here tonight. Thank you for being here, each and every one of you. Apologize if I don't get to everybody here, but thank you. Frank Liso, this happened because Biden gave Iran $6 billion. Keep in mind, there is other billions of dollars that were given a couple of presidents ago as well, too. I think it's a number of different things, and some of those ARs probably came from Afghanistan. Cemetery Shop. My bet is the money to Afghanistan and Iran was expressly intended for Hamas in the first place. I'm glad I got in before the run on precious metals. Is it coming? You bet. And you Cemetery Shop, you are right. At least as of right now, they are up fairly dramatically here. Silver is up now 25. It's kind of hedging back a little bit, throttling, if you will. Silver is up 25 cents. Gold is up almost a full percentage point now to $17.80, up to 18.53. Very good. And so, yes, and gold is up, silver is up, platinum and palladium are now both reacting as well, too, in a positive direction for both those metals. A very interesting evening we are having here in the markets, but not unexpected to see this occur. So we're going to keep an eye on this. It is directly related. You know, geopolitics makes a difference. In fact, domestic politics do too. So whenever is worthy of discussion, we discuss it here on the channel here. Stay out of this and all the world's affairs. We worry about our debt to dish out money for other countries and problems. Let's take care of our borders first. So Wolverine, I do agree with you to a point, but I think there's some areas where I think there's a balance there, and I think that Israel, being the only democracy in the region, well, democratic type government, and Western ally, it is incumbent upon us to help and support them, for sure. But I think that will have a better return on our investment, and all those dollars should be tracked too, and I think they are. And we know what Israel is going to use it for good. But generally, I do think, yeah, priority should be to secure our border. We're grossly negligent there, for sure, and I talked about that there too. But yes, yeah, Brexit, whatever happened to Brexit, yeah, it's crazy. Brexit was a pretty big deal too. But anyways, but yeah, all right, very good. Yep, that's exactly right, Justin Sartain. You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what happened. And it's a shame. I do think that foreign aid should be limited, pulled back dramatically, and it should be contingent. And I think that if you're going to have support for any country, including Israel, it should be matched by other nations as well, too. So I certainly do agree. All right, let's get over here to, let's check these markets again. We're going to be checking them more frequently now. So a slight pullback. Let's take a look at the chart here. We can see it's a dramatic rise and then a slight pullback, a snapping back, as it were. And so it's coming back down a little bit, silver is, but it's still up there. And we'll see. But what a pent up awaiting of the markets to open and right up there. Pretty amazing. And let's see here. Very good. Yep, I agree with you, Dennis Niemeyer. Definitely agree with you. So there it is, and we'll come back up 20, almost up a quarter in a matter of minutes here. And actually, both gold and silver are rising at the same rate, at just over 1% for both metals. Gold is now up $19.80. That's $20 in a matter of minutes here for gold to be up, and silver is up 24 cents. Yes, indeed. All right, a bend and a snap. That's right, UFOs. That's right. It looks like a bend and a snap. But for gold, let's take a look at its movement over the past couple of minutes here. Let's see what it says. A bend and a snap again right there for gold. I mean, a radical move there. So we'll come back here. Let's take a look here. Thank you guys for being here tonight. A good crowd. If you don't mind, if you're here, if you could press that thumbs up button. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, Noam. We appreciate you. Noam, definitely. Thank you for being here. Our prayers are with you. Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. And let's see here. All right, we've got thumbs up from Silita. Thank you on this one. Appreciate that. And DPR Rhythm says, so at that point, gold would just be given away, right? There you go. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It is free if that were to be the case. Of course, it's highly unlikely. It won't happen. Definitely not in our lifetime, as I mentioned in the video. But anyway, Stephen, on this video about the situation in Israel, says the days when wars influenced the price of gold and silver are over. I remember the days when a mouse would fart over the Middle East and prices would go crazy. Now America can no longer afford to play those deceptive games anymore. This will do absolutely nothing to the prices. Mark my words. Well, Stephen Cox, I've got a little pen here, and I'm marking your words, and it looks like, at least right now, you are wrong. Let's go back to the markets again, and I'll show you, and maybe Stephen Cox will come back here tonight and see. that exactly what is happening. And they are up dramatically today. Yes, they are. Silver pulling back a little bit, but still up 17 cents. Very good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Liquid Electrum. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Long live Israel. Ghost in plain sight. Bought the dip this weekend. Nice. Good job. Well, yep, you did a smart move. Yes, indeed. All right. And so silver's up 17 cents now, and gold is up $16.20. So a dramatic run up. By the way, gold to silver ratio is right around 85 to 1. A dramatic run up on gold and silver prices here tonight, but a slight snapback, like that rubber band snapping back a little bit. But I think they're going to end the night up and fairly dramatically here. If it stays where it is now and continues, I think we'll see. I mean, these are the Asian markets, keep in mind. We've not seen what's going to be. They're probably anticipating what's going to be coming in London and New York. And so we'll keep an eye on this, which means it may go up even higher. All right. Let's see here. All right. Very good. And Jeff Nelson says, if you want a deal, better get it before markets open this afternoon, as there should be a surge in prices for a bit. And Jeff Nelson, you might be right. It might just be for a bit, but we're tracking it here. It is an interesting night indeed. They are up dramatically, and we'll keep an eye on it. Yes, indeed. Gold Maple says, there are wars everywhere. Ukraine war. Yep, I know. We know that. There's wars everywhere. But the thing is there's only 2 declared wars in the world right now. There's fighting going on all over the place, but there's 2 declared wars right now that very well could spread much higher, much greater. We'll see here. Creek Runner with algorithmic emoticons here. Thank you, sir. Mr. T1201 says the following. At least at the start of the war in Europe, there was a run-up to precious metal, but came down after. There's a war premium into the prices, but prices will revert back to the norm, and that could happen. I'm not ruling that out for sure. In fact, that we very well could see by the end of next week, all these gains could go away. But it just depends on how this plays out. It's all about uncertainty. And as I mentioned, I think I even said in the video, once we get into being used to this now new war, which is gonna be ongoing for a while until they root it all out. But we'll see what happens. But then prices could relax. But right now, they're reacting strongly and emotionally, which means that this is probably not the time to buy. You know what I mean? Very good. All right, let's see here. Keep an eye on here. Matt Bittner is here. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys being here. And let's see here. So, again, silver's up fairly dramatically. It was up over about 25 cents earlier, minutes ago, but now it's just up 17 cents. Still a pretty big increase. Gold is trying to make a climb back up again. It's up 0.91% now. It was up almost $20 minutes ago. All right, very good. And let's see here. So very, very good. Let's see. Let's march on through. Platinum and palladium both up as well. Let's get back to these comments. Let's get over here. All right. And we have got Minley says, guns and protection weapons. You are just influencing more violence amount on us also. If what you wish, I pray for nuclear weapons to launch. At the end of it, the Mother Nature will full enjoy peace among all lands. Rip. Well, Minley, I don't understand what the point of your post is. Guns and protection weapons. Influencing more violence. No, it's about protection. It's about defense. I'm not saying you should take those guns and just slaughter people. Guns are tools. They're not about, and they're for protection. Protracted war in the Middle East will drive oil up. That's right. You're right. That's exactly right. Especially if it spreads out for sure. White Metal Stacker is here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. First time viewer here. Appreciate it. Popping in. Thank you very much for being. DD Prepper with a thumbs up on this video. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. And Birds Her Adventure says, just made a big order for some gold and silver and now heading out with the pew pews for some training. I'm taking your advice, Al. Very good. Yes, indeed. Thank you, sir. Definitely protect ourselves. Very good. And William Fender says, not just World War III, but nuclear World War III. Boy, I hope not. Boy, that's a pretty scary proposition to think about. Yes, indeed. Very good. D. Peterson is here. Good to see you guys. Mike Herrera is here. Welcome, guys. Glad you're here. DD Prepper, probably not much will happen. Everybody's asleep at the wheel unless it's a full-scale escalation. Yes. Well, it is a full-scale escalation right now. It is pretty crazy. It's all-out war there. Ukraine war is over. Get on the real news. Well, I've heard that. Somebody else said something like that too. But just because it's not making regular news does not mean it's not over. I mean, does not mean it's over. It's not over. It's how media covers these things. Just because the media doesn't cover it every day does not mean it's not over. Zardoz with algorithmic food. Thank you so much. Good to see HVAC is here. All right. Let's do a few more, then we'll check the markets again. It's a wild night so far. Gold and silver up dramatically. Gold Maple, the U.S. and Canada should stop giving money to Ukraine. There's so many problems in the U.S. and Canada that need fixing. There's high inflation. That would do too much, and there's no accountability for the money that's being sent over there. And as I said in this very video, Rocky Superstar sent me a piece about how some of that money might be providing kickbacks for senators and Congress people. If so, that's deplorable and needs to be dealt with. That's horrible if that's true. They should be they should resign from their posts at the very least. All right, Polaris Point North. Gold will go up, then revert back in a week or two. I could see that happening. Right now, it's up. In fact, it's up right now, pulling back some of these gains now, folks. All right, so we're seeing what we used to see before in an exciting market watch night. What's happening? Gold went up dramatically, almost $20 an ounce earlier in the night. Now it's up only $13.20, but there's still a pretty big rise. Silver is up almost a half a percentage point, up 11 cents. Very good, up 11 cents. Oh, thank you. Liquid Electrum is trolling this super chat. Thank you, brother. The only one. Thank you, my friend. He's the first and second super chat of the night. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support there. Very kind of you indeed. All right. All right. And let's see here. All right. And Mark B says, this country of ours needs to turn to God, ask his forgiveness, and have his rails back. Yes, that's right. Exactly. We sure do. Yep. Dustin Miller says, that Cook Island dollar is my favorite new coin. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like those pieces. Yes, indeed. Very good. And we've got Art Best says, pray for peace, keep on stacking. Yes. That's what we got to do. Keep on keeping on. Everything you say, you think, I believe is correct. Everything you say, you think, I believe is correct. All right. Thank you, friends. And Kenneth Pride says, silver and gold, beans, rice and bullets. That's right. The staples for preparedness. Yes, indeed. Stack your preparedness, as Hoosier Stacker says. That's exactly right. And Negrai Tav says, silver will go down to $12. Gold to $1,200, probably by Easter 2024, after January 1st introduction of the BRICS currency in Saudi Arabia. Not going to be happening. I'm sorry. That BRICS currency I actually did a video on it. It's not happening, which means the other stuff's probably not going to happen too. Ziggy, thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend. He says, the drums of war pushing the metals up. Indeed, that's right. They sure are. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys for being here. If you are so inclined, if you don't mind pressing that thumbs up button, let's see where the markets are right now. They're pulling back from their earlier dramatic rise at the beginning of the night, and we'll keep following this. But there was a knee-jerk reaction right at the beginning of the night by the Asian markets. But they've pulled back a little bit, but still up fairly substantially for this short amount of time. Indeed, they are. And very, very good. And so, yes, that gold is up $12.90 to $18.48. And silver's up 14 cents at $21.84. Very, very good. All right. Let's get back over here. Yeah, so it's a Negrite AVG. Yeah, that BRICS currency is not happening anytime soon at all. And I don't think we're going to see silver go down to $12 or gold to 12 or gold to 1200. But anyways, interesting thoughts. Triple L says here, our tax money should be spent fighting the domestic crime, not to be wasted outside the country. Yep. I mean, we have a lot of things here in the country we need to take care of, like securing our border for sure. That should be priority number one. But I digress. But we do need to support Israel, though, too. No question. No question. All right. Very good. It's getting really, really ugly and dark. No return to normal from here for a decade. I fear the worst is coming. I hope not, too. It's pretty crazy what's going on. I think the best thing that could happen is for a quick resolution of this thing, but I think it's going to go on for a while in order to root out all the bad guys, which needs to be done. Harposi says the 3 B's: beans, bullets, and band-aids. There you go. Yes, indeed. 3 B's. I agree. I like that. And this is in Russian, so I don't know what that says. But it says PS, but I don't know. They used in the mobile would tell me what that means, but I'm going to go over here and just make this person come to this live stream. He should have posted in English. I should have probably deleted it, but anyway, so who knows. Silver Mountain says, even if the mission is pulled off, all that gold will find its way to a few selected pockets. Yes. Wouldn't be surprised, as they'll control it all. They'll control the whole gold market if it were to take place, right? It's algorithm food on this one. Thank you, 1776. Always appreciate that. We've got Mark Hazley here. Says the following. It's alleged that this administration sent all the U.S. ammo stored in Israel to Zelensky several months ago. The one thing that would prevent SA making peace was the Palestinian issue. Go figure that Hamas just happened to do this now. I'm guessing that after perhaps a quick dip due to global uncertainty, that gold will bounce hard with silver to follow sometime this next week. Thanks for your take on it. Thank you. Well, actually, they're up pretty dramatically right out of the starting gate. That's right, exactly, Liquid Electrum. We definitely need to come to Jesus here in the U.S. for sure. Metals will be tampered back down. Yeah, that could happen too. Poundera, that's right, very true. Very well could happen. It'll be slammed down by tomorrow morning. User, will the Dems allow the USA to start the shale oil industry before militarizing oil? Will the USA become the weapon supplier of the world, reducing debt? Good question. We shall see how that plays out. My military mind says, God, bullets and bread, gold and silver on the side. There you go. Got to be protected first. Spot on as always. Thank you. Thank you, my friend, on this video about gold and silver and crime. Let's get back to the markets. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. We have 200 thumbs up. I'm pretty sure we can get 300 tonight. We have 355 watching. So appreciate you guys. That's indeed. And let's see here. We have got the markets reacting here to the news of the day. Gold is up $14.30 to $18.48.90. They're stabilizing, the prices are, and they're stabilizing in an upward direction fairly dramatically out of the starting gate. We'll see what happens when the markets open up here. Yeah, play Holy Wars. That's right, exactly. Common sense and Jesus is what we need. That's right, it's true. That's for sure. And thank you again to Liquid Electrum, the sole super chat participant tonight. Yes, indeed. Good to see you. East Coast Stacker. Welcome. Silver Heist is here. Good to see you, Silver Heist. So there's where the markets are right now. We'll keep a close eye on those as we press on here. New York City. One day Biden pledges $8 billion to Israel, but nothing for Hawaii. Yeah, what's going on with the Hawaii situation? How many people died there? And the infrastructure and stuff like that. Any money for them? That's a good point, NYC. What's going on in Hawaii? Southside Frankie here says the following. I would feel better if Trump was president. Trump has been one of the few politicians that knew about global threats. Biden, on the other hand, will only be remembered for bad things such as catastrophic withdrawal of Afghanistan, which I think that's where a lot of those M4s are, and they're in for the Hamas terrorists there. I think that's what they've got. The cost of the equipment we left behind could have bought USA 7 huge aircraft carriers. I think if we need Donald Trump back, that's right. There you go. Yep, exactly. Captain Obvious. Whoa, thank you so much, Captain Obvious. His first super chat tonight of $20. Thank you so much. Everybody give a big thank you and applaud Captain Obvious. That was very nice of you, sir. Thank you so much. Oh, J.M. Lee says that over 1,000 children are missing in Hawaii. Wow. That is horrible. That is crazy. Uranium has shot up in price, too. Wow. Good evening, Veteran Metals from North Carolina. By the way, he posted a great video on how we can unite, sort of from a Southern perspective, but I think he wrote that himself and put the video, a really well done video, about standing strong and uniting under the principles of the founding of the nation, which is so important for sure. Yes, indeed. And Satellite Engineer, I agree that the world is a strange place right now. Definitely will watch Metals tonight. Thanks for the great content. Thank you so much, Satellite Engineer. And the markets are reacting there. We're going to get back to those in a moment. But Liquid Electrum is keeping the Super Chat train going. Look at that. Thank you, Liquid Electrum. $19.99. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And Mr. E has just signed up again to be an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Mr. E. I appreciate that, sir. Very nice of you. I'm honored and humbled. Thank you very much for your kindness. The Doc Holiday says, I'm tired of the U.S. sending billions to Ukraine and to Israel, as well as the trillions to NATO. We don't have the money to fight everyone's wars for them. No, I hear you. I think that we need to be careful about what we do and not just be so laissez-faire about sending all this money over. There's got to be accountability with it, and it's got to be matched by other nations that need skin in the game too. And I do feel the same way to some extent about Israel, but Israel's money we sent there definitely goes to the weapons, and we actually give them the weapons. We don't necessarily give them the money. We give them the weapons and the armaments, but nonetheless, we do spend money to support them, and I'm not necessarily against that. But anyways, all right, very good. Let's see here. Juan Ortiz says silver and gold has been a bad investment in 2023. Well, it just depends on when and how you buy. But the thing is yeah, I don't look at them as investments. I don't look at them as investments at all. But it depends on when and how you buy. And you're looking at it in just 1 year. It's a multi-year proposition. It's a long-term proposition, gold and silver should be. Erickson says, I hope this doesn't escalate any further. Thanks for the information, Sal. I hope not either. And widen out. With Hezbollah launching rockets too, it makes me a little bit nervous. Let's take a look at the markets here. And we can see they have stabilized, but they have stabilized to the upside. They've stabilized to the upside fairly dramatically here. Gold up $14.70. Silver up 17 cents. Hanging at those prices. We're going to watch at the top of the hour. We'll see what it looks like for the charts. Whoa, the Super Chat train continues. Very kind, Justin Sartain. Whoa, thank you, brother. $20. Choo-choo. It's going on. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. Signed Book Collector. I may hold off on my purchase this week. I am trying to buy a few ounces each payday. Paying myself first. Always look at the long term. That's right. And I would encourage you not necessarily to pay yourself first, but pay your bills first. That's right, Signed Book Collector. Probably smart to hold off on buying. Yes, indeed. Especially when the prices are up like this. All right. Very good. And Heart of Texas is exactly right. Panic buying is not the way to do it. In fact, Silver Wolverine did a great video about that today. We should not be panic buying on the way up or on the way down, for that matter. You got to watch your own budget, your own situation. Only you really know it, but just be wary of it. All right, GM Truck Guy says the following. Sal, are you the most You are the most level-headed content creator in the community and have a large, diverse group of followers. I have extreme respect for the conviction of your beliefs that you would speak on your own freedom in this country to possess firearms for the protection of our families and communities. It doesn't make you paranoid if you own a fire extinguisher. It makes you prepared. Prayers for a short conflict. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your kind words. And thank you so much. That's right. And it's amazing the interpretation of those comments are to one extreme or the other. One guy thinks I'm a warmonger by having guns, and I so appreciate your kind words there. Whoa, $4.99 from Rebecca Heck. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. Rebecca has just found this channel and grateful. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have you here. Wow, thank you. Everybody give Rebecca a very warm welcome. And that's very, very cool. Thank you so much for being here. Paul Zabo is here. Welcome, Paul. Good to see you. Mr. E says, I've been in a holy war since I got married. Oh, boy. All right. Yes, indeed. That can be a battle. I guess why they call wives battle axes, right? Very good. I like it. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Man, and genuine super chat train. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support as we march on here. But Captain Obvious, man, look at that. There you go. Slurp away and love the show. For Captain Obvious, we're going to do slurp for you. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Captain Obvious, again. Very kind of you, sir. Richard Metcalf says the following here. He says, I wish they would use the money to pay down the debt instead of spending our tax dollars chasing comments. We have more pressing issues to deal with on this little blue marble we're floating around on. No, I agree. In reality, that mission should not be happening at all to that asteroid, Psyche, whatever. Very good. All right. Good to see Snakebite. Snakebite, good to see you. And, oh, man, Joe Ken has been stacking for almost 3 months. Got in high, no regrets. There you go, brother. Hang in here for the long term, and it's going to level out, and you'll do fine, Joe. Good job. That's awesome, my friend. Very good. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. It means a lot that you're here. And Gabib says, hoping for a pump so I can sell. All right. Well, you're getting it right now if you need to sell. But I would encourage you not to sell unless you really feel the need to. Old Route 66. Last week during the FEMA cell phone test, I said that we're preparing for World War III. Look at what happened not a week later. You know, the timing of that is kind of interesting, isn't it? Wow. Interesting indeed, old Route 66. Man. Jay Boreal says, I'm not discounting this situation in Israel, but it's going to take more than a large-scale terror attack to cause PM prices to surge and stay. And maybe that's the key, to stay. And I agree with you, but they are up dramatically. There will be a likely temporary jump in price, but after the war becomes a new normal, prices will normalize to their purposely suppressed levels. Well, I kind of basically said that in the video too, if you watched it through. But anyways, but let's see here. Very good. And let's march on through here. You've got an exciting night, interesting night with the metals complex. We're refreshing this. Look at here, folks. This is kind of an interesting turnaround. The platinum group metals are getting hammered slightly. They're actually lower tonight. They're lower, down $3 for platinum. Palladium is down 4. Silver is actually up 16 cents right now. Silver up 16 cents. And gold is now up $15. So the precious metals, gold and silver, are stabilizing to the upside and starting to climb back up a little bit. So yes, indeed. Very, very good. Yes, thank you, guys. Appreciate your support. And let's move on. So there's where the markets are now. Gold to silver ratio is at a high 84.97 now. And thank you guys for being here. If you are so inclined, if you don't mind pressing that thumbs up button, actually tonight is kind of important if we could get more people in watching, and the engagement with the thumbs up does help. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the comments. It's been an exciting night in the markets. And we're going to see what happens in London and New York. It should be very interesting over the night to see what happens to will they get slammed down. Who knows? We'll find out. Hot-headed Joel. We have invited the same enemy to come across the southern border. It is a planned takedown of the United States. Well, I tell you what, Hot-headed Joel, there's representatives of 130 plus nations of folks that have come across the border. And I think about 100 of them have been on the terror watch list that we've caught. Who knows how many that we have not caught? So you're exactly right. Do we pray for our safety as we invite the enemy in? That's a serious question. We will send more armaments to Israel, arms that we will need very soon. That's a good point. It's a very good point. Steve Lapointe is here. Good to see you, and good to see Chuck and Plot is with us tonight. And thank you, Ghost in Plain Sight. I appreciate you being here, brother. All right. Yeah, and Hoosier Stacker is exactly right. Man, I forgot. It's a holiday tomorrow, so there will be no U.S. markets. So how convenient. Interesting. Yes. Very good point, Hoosier Stacker. Very good point indeed. So we're going to be operating off the London and Asian markets for the next 24 hours here. Next 24 hours, so we shall see. Yep, Columbus Day. That's right. All right. Let's see here. Very, very good point. Very good point indeed. What a night we're having here. Thank you, guys. Julia Stryker is here. And we've got user says we should watch our salvation. Precious metals come second. That's true. You're exactly right. In fact, actually, it's our salvation first, God first, then family, then friends, then, your security. And part of that security is precious metals. Ghosts in Plain Sight. Wow. Thank you, sir. Man, he's launched a hand grenade of 10 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Thank you, Ghosts in Plain Sight. Everybody that got one, give him a big thank you. Thank you, Ghosts in Plain Sight. That's very kind of you, sir. As we move up, Gold Chick says here, I claim mineral rights to this asteroid in perpetuity. Exactly. There you go. I'm with you, Gold Chick. I am with you, indeed. And we're going to get up here, moving a little bit faster. My kitten is a grandmaster. These places need to stop fighting one another and learn to help each other. That's exactly right. I really wish they would. It's a shame. I was arguing with somebody here that was basically saying that, they want Israel out of their land, no matter what, and then we'll have peace. And he's basically for the terrorism and for murdering innocent women and children. And and again, I know people say, well, Israel does the same thing. They've occupied. But the thing is that there's a difference. And I mentioned this in last night's video or live stream. What happens there? It's pretty simple. It's a lot of the reports you see out there. What do these terrorists do? They use women and children as human shields, and that has happened. And everybody that's experienced this and knows about what was going on in the Middle East. That's what they do. They use them as human shields, but they're never targets. They're never targets, but sometimes they are collateral damage, and that's unfortunate. We hate that. But anyways, thank you, Jigsaw Jazz, for the Salivate Metal membership gift to Joe Ken. Very nice. All right. And over here says, excellent video, straight to the point, acknowledging that today's reality sucks. Yes, indeed. It sure does. Thank you, brother. Donald Person says, there's got to be accountability to where money is going in Ukraine to politicians. That's jail time if I find out. Yep. It's insane what's going on. Where's all this money in Ukraine going? And Joe Little, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that, sir. Very kind of you. D Glass is here. There you go. Beans, rice, silver, own land, pay down debt, and pray. Exactly. Reason got it. Yep. A lot of people feel that it was part of. I mean, I look at it this way. They may have facilitated the logistics behind it by money, but we make no mistake, Hamas is to blame in the end. Boris Perez says they're also filming weapons bought from Ukraine. They personally thanked them. Yes, I heard about that too as well. And I wonder if that's the case. We need to really rethink everything there. But I tell you what, there's a lot of culpability here. Daniel Hay, it all turns to crap, Uncle Sal. We should all have been stacking lead. Yep, it's good to have a good supply of ammunition and guns to protect ourselves. All right, let's take a look at the markets again. Again, a little bit of a surprise tonight with platinum and palladium both down. But gold and silver have solidified their gains now. They're reinforcing their lead here, but silver's kind of pulling back a little bit, up 0.13 or up 13 cents now, a 0.58% increase tonight. It was up well over 20 cents earlier. At the top of the hour, stay tuned because we're going to see the flow on the charts for the course of the evening. Gold is up over 0.75 percentage points to a $14.20 gain to 1848.30. UFOs, no joke, just said that there has been some earthquakes reported in Afghanistan. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Wow, prayers to the people of Afghanistan there. Silver Wolverine, have a good evening. It's got a bounce. Thank you, brother, for popping in tonight. Thank you again, sir. You guys check out the Make Sure Silver Wolverine's latest video. Definitely a very good message there. Yes, indeed. All right. And there's where we are there. Let's get over here too. Thank you. Richard says that we are already running a wartime deficit. How are we going to handle a possible war on 3 fronts? Exactly. Good question. And possible interior attacks from foreign agents in the homeland. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. It very well could be a multi-pronged attack. You're exactly right. Very well could be. Let's see here. Yep, that's what I fear too, Kelly Grimes. I really do fear that. That's where already like 100 plus have already been caught that were on the terror watch list, and which means there's probably a lot more. You think about it. In one day, in one place in Texas, Eagle Pass is what it's called, there was 11,000 people that came in one day. Even if it's less than that in other days, like 8,000, 9,000, or 4,000, which is still a lot, 11,000 have passed through in one freaking day. It's an invasion, and we're allowing it to happen. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. All right, very good. Thousands dead in Afghanistan earthquake. Oh, that is horrible. Man, I hate to hear that. Wow. Yep, that's right, Dirty Belong. I mentioned that in today's video, too, to keep an eye. Welcome, Liberty Bleeds Silver. Good to see you, sir. Neil Farrer is here. Thank you guys for popping in tonight. Oh, Biden funded it. You're exactly right. Oh, Biden funded it. That's for sure. Stacking Packing says, great video, Sal, and message. It's actually crazy what's going on in the world. It sure is. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. Meow Merchant says, billions of dollars in weapons left behind thanks to FJB. Yep. And some of those weapons you're seeing in some of those videos, they're not using AKs anymore. Nope, they're using M4s. It's crazy. Shaggy Man, that's 2 wars we would not have had if Trump was POTUS. 2 wars that cost thousands of lives. Exactly. I can't disagree with you there. Boris Perez says this here, and we'll get back to the markets here in just a moment. That's going to be controversial, but it's just me saying Rafi Farber, living in Israel, expressed the same sentiment. This was allowed to happen, period. Some accountants abound of stand-down order for the IDF. Smacks of 9/11 over again. How convenient. It's all tomorrow the bond markets are closed. Yeah, that's I heard about that. Somebody else mentioned the same thing. Multiply that number by 365. Yep, exactly. It's very scary. Very scary. All right, let's see here. All right. Gary Cooper, yeah, we don't have a president. Yeah, so there's different theories there, and I tend to agree with Gary there. Mobile command tent before seeing your live stream. All right. Prompted to buy a mobile command tent. Wow. That's funny. You know, do you remember those ads we saw for iodine tablets too? That was about a year or so ago. It's crazy. And let's see. RV Magnum says, if they would bring back some metals of any kind, make some coins out, they would make a bundle. I would buy one. Yeah. My Salivate Metal came, and it's beautiful. The Salivate Metal round. Awesome. The pics on site don't do it justice. It is worth every penny to me. Now I can slurp out of my Sal mug and look at my Sal Metal. Well, thank you, RV Magnum. I'm glad you enjoyed the Salivate Metal round. For those of you who are interested in that, the link to purchase is in the description of this very live stream if you're so inclined. Yes, indeed. Yep. I pray that he stays safe. Everybody in Israel stays safe there for sure. And let's see here. We've got Johnny B says, it's my guess that some of the weapons we sent to Ukraine ended up on the hands of Hamas. That very well could be. They need to track the serial numbers for some of those things. Let's do one more, then we'll look at the markets again here. Thank you guys for being here as we're having a very interesting evening here indeed. Israel is actually fairly well armed. Unfortunately, it's hard to respond to a surprise sucker punch attack like what happened, even if you literally have the gun on your person. Praying for peace and for Israel as a victory for them. Only way we have a chance of peace, like one of the PMs once said, if Israel laid down our guns, there would be no more Israel. If Palestine did, there would be peace, as well as there would be peace if the Palestinians love their children as more than they hate Israel. It's the innocent that pay with the highest price of war. Well said. You're exactly right, Silver Crypto. Could not agree with you more. You're exactly right. And let's take a look at the markets and how they are reacting right now. As we can see again that they are solidifying their gains, and in about 10 minutes we're going to see what that looks like on the charts, because indeed we are witnessing here a very strong solidification of the gains in precious metal prices in reaction to what happened on Saturday. Silver's up 16 cents, almost 3/4 of a percentage point gain for silver to $21.85. Gold is up 0.85%. It's taken a climb up $15.50 to $18.49. And yes, indeed, it's crazy. It is up. Up indeed it is. And where are we at? Thank you, Silver Crypto. Silver 101. Let's get to this. We can make this most efficient through all this here. Come on now, let's do this. There we go. War has been going on in the Middle East off and on since 1949. I don't think it will ever end. Actually, war's been going on in the Middle East since the Middle Ages and before. War's been going on since in that area, war's been going on since the beginning of civilization. It's been going on. I don't think it will ever end. It's sad and crazy that there's no resolution after so many years and lives. I personally do not think what's happening over there right now will have any impact on PMs, just my opinion. And Silver, I appreciate your thoughts. And I can see why maybe people would think, well, it's kind of the same old, even though it's declared war. It's really not going to amount to a whole lot. But the markets are at least reacting right now. But we'll see here. Thank you so much, Joseph Kelly. I appreciate you being here. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. And Magic Micah is here listening from bed. Thank you for popping in. Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. What nationality am I? I am American. Yeah, full-blooded American. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you. Thanks, Joseph Kelly. Glad. Always appreciate new folks popping in, as well as I do appreciate the my regular viewers as well. You guys are amazing. TMC Can says, at this point, alerts the U.S. Embassy in Egypt and in Turkey warns of nationwide protests related to international political developments. U.S. citizens urged to avoid crowds and maintain low profile. Wow, it's crazy. Yes, and there you go. Gold, silver, and UFO, says Paul. Yeah, there you go. That's right. We have a very smart audience. You're right, Ronald Hall. It's amazing. I've always amazed at the intelligence of the audience. Mr. Patrick 1414 says, makes you wonder if this was the reason why PMs were hammered down last week. They are now accusing Iran of being involved in the attacks. So this sounds contrived to me. Well, it's probably true. Well, we know it is true. And we know that Iran funds Hamas and Hezbollah. See, they're accusing Iran because it's true, Mr. Patrick. Let's see here. All right. Unpopular opinion. I'm just glad to hear somebody encouraging people to embrace the Second Amendment. I have only started stacking silver for about a year, but I've been stacking lead for almost 20 years. Wise person. Wise way to go, unpopular opinion. Yes, indeed. Thank you. M. David, thank you, Mr. Sal, for this important information. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I appreciate it. If you did find this video informative, I hope you will share it. TMC can. USS Gerald R. Ford to sail to the Eastern Mediterranean in support of Israel. Yes, I did hear about that. It is there. Yep. You never know what could break out. Mike says, I fear we have to activate all active and inactive military and EMS soon. You know, we stand. I hope not, but that is the real fear. Some of these attacks, we got to be diligent. Andrew McComber, another analogy in D.C., at least the criminals are making the laws. Yes, it's crazy about this thing with the gold bar scandal. Homestead Aquarius says, in times of chaos for so many things, economic and stability cannot be. He says it cannot be by most folks in the developed nations anymore. Gold and lead will be a safe haven for more and more. Who would have thought? Paragliding infiltrators. Yep, it's crazy. It really is. And you think about what they did. They went door to door. And the same thing could happen to a band, like I mentioned in the video. You think that if we have, what is it? Somebody said 365 times the 100 that were here, go into a couple of cities or even small to medium-sized towns with small police force, they could take over those towns very easily and go door to door and do the same thing here, which means that we should be prepared. All right, Gregory here. Let's get to Gregory's. He says this. Let me get over here. Long term, I'm pretty certain that humans will expand into the solar system and they will industrialize it. With that, we'll do any commodity prices. I have no idea. Too many variables between then and now. Exactly right. First of all, we are still far away from making the necessary initial hops to the solar system. The space station is a mess, and we have nothing but a bunch of dead probes in the moon. Nothing will be done until countries get together and decide to explore for a while. Yep, you're right. That's true. Thank you, Gregory. All right. Good to see you guys. Rafi's accusations to stay on Patreon were fairly compelling. This is from a retired Air Force guy with an understanding of response to naked aggression. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ghost in Plain Sight. Very interesting perspective about Rafi. And I don't really know him, but a couple of people made comment about that as we read here. Homestead Aquarius says the following. It's really exciting for the pirate in me to think about the big old chunk of dead planet out there waiting to be plundered. Probably will be the De Beers company that claims it for 150 years and mines it. Then they can just out a little bit of a time and make sure the metal stay at a level that is perceived as rare. That's a good point. Homestead Aquarius. Fun to think about. Thank you so much, JM Unleashed. Appreciate you posting a link to the Salivate Metal Round if you are interested in that. JM Unleashed has posted a link there. And the supplies, there's still plenty left there from what I understand, but they are dwindling a little bit. But so it's not like it's a mad dash or anything like that. But if you're interested in one, because the thing is I don't know if they're going to carry them anymore once the supply runs out. But yes, indeed. All right. That's right. Ghost of Plain Sight. Be prepared. All right. Cervente says, made up wars. Brother, don't believe the hype machine. Well, this is not made up. This is happening. This is definitely happening. Indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Galen Sanderson says here about the chaos in the gold market in Pakistan. And this very well could be related too. I don't know. Meanwhile, bankers all across the globe are buying as much as they can. Why? You already know why. They want you to panic, sell so they can hoard it all at a later date. There you go. I would not be surprised. Hold on to your gold and silver, I think, as long as you can. Thank you so much. All right, it's 1:55 a.m. where Noam is. Stay safe, my brother. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Do you have any, before you go to bed, Noam, can you tell us any updates there in the region that you can give us, if you don't mind? I do apologize. I know if you're tired, that's fine. It's almost 2 o'clock. But anything you want to share with us as far as updates, let us know. If not, have a good night, brother. And thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Stay safe. Stay safe. All right. Daniel Fascasoli says, please stop saying that gold can fall also. That just gives riggers an excuse to rig. Well, I don't think the riggers are going to really be hanging on my every word about what gold can do, but a gold could fall. That just it. It could. You never know. It could rise or fall. I got to be open-minded to both scenarios, but it is up now. So the enemy will soon have activated a multitude of sleeper cells in USA courtesy of the southern border invasion. Can you tell who is who? That's exactly right. That could happen. That's what I worry about. And all it has to be is something, a word that doesn't have to be communicated, but through something on the TV. Once you hear a certain thing happen somewhere else, a certain event happen somewhere, then that's when you activate. All right. Let's see here. And Phrase or says Israel will not soon target civilians except keep them in the words of largest open-air prison. Okay, so this is a little misnomer here. He says Israel will not target innocent civilians except keep them in the world's largest open-air prison. He's talking about the Gaza Strip. But here's the thing with the Gaza Strip is this. There's enough freedom in the Gaza Strip for them to allow them to plan these attacks, number one. Number two, there are operations that occur there to find elements of terrorist activity. But nonetheless, that's the only thing that they do. If it's where they want to be, where they got to go to be, then they have their own thing. And what is keeping them? Who is the prison guards? It's going to be the Palestinian militants that are there. And Hamas controls it all there. Silver Down Under, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Very kind. We are about 30 thumbs up away from getting 300 likes tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's take a look at the markets now. You haven't visited those in a while. Platinum and palladium are both down $6 now. And silver is now up 20 cents. So it's starting to recapture some of its gains. Gold is up $16.70. Have a good night, Rocky. Thank you for being here. Sir. Appreciate you, sir. Have a good night. You guys check out Rocky Superstar. He may be live streaming tonight. I'm not sure, but check out Rocky Superstar. And we are at the top of the hour. So we are going to take a look at what the charts have been showing us over the last hour. Watch this, folks. Gold, massive, massive slap up there, and then it kind of normalized a bit, but now it's kind of retracing back up. Very good. Okay, the warnings were given to civilians yesterday. That's right, exactly. Israel always warns civilians to say, hey, this is coming. The terrorists never do that. They never. In fact, they target civilians. Exactly right. So, very good. So there's where this is, the metals complex with gold. We see that massive spike right out of the starting gate, and now they've normalized to the upside. That's what we're seeing there. We're looking at bid price. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, much the same, but you can see the pullback is much greater for silver. It's still up and solidifying its gains, but starting to creep up a little bit more again here too. Very good. All right. Yes, that's right. They were told to flee, and they need to just take out all of the training centers and all the headquarters for Hamas. They need to just wipe out Hamas, really, when it's all said and done. They need to wipe out Hamas. Very, very good. All right. Very good. So we'll keep an eye on those. Let's get back to these markets here. We've got Jared Highland says, Israel's security forces failed miserably. Yep, and that kind of goes to what Rafi says, maybe, perhaps, that they let this thing happen. I don't know. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Count my cartons of salt. That's right. Cybercurtain Twitcher did a great video to find out what he's talking about. Check out Cybercurtain Twitcher's latest video. Yes, indeed. And that rally car says, thanks, Uncle Sal. Yeah, I have a lot of kinetic energy, but I need more. Need more and more and more. There you go. That's right. Exactly. And transport, the sporting center says here, let me get to this. The transporting center says, the puppets of crime are not as bad as the puppeteers. Know the people that cause the problems. Know their faces. Yep. And those puppeteers indeed are the Hamas in this case. All right. Very, very good. Let's see here. Let's go on to the next one here. We've got Mike Kemper says, Barry Hussein and Big Mike and mix of debacle, no question about it. There's a lot of culpability in this. Silver Patriot, it will be interesting to see what happens when the market opens in a few hours. We are here, Silver Patriot. I don't know if you're with us tonight, but we're witnessing it now. It's crazy. Jamin Lee says, are central banks still funding both sides of these wars? Who's going to profit from this? I support peace. Yep, I think so. I mean, and even the United States supports the PLO, I think, or the Palestinian, the Palestinians. We support the Palestinians, not necessarily Hamas, but we do send money to the Palestinians, as well as Israel, and central banks probably do as well. So yeah, all right, very good. He's here. Thank you, Silver Patriot. And Snoop says here, biblical times indeed stack your gold and silver for you and for your future. God bless. Thank you. Yes, indeed, that's right. Stack on. James Steele says, I pray for the Lord's will to be done. Amen. And that it was written, must come to pass. Look for many things to get worse. Look for the U.S. crime is open and not punished. Open borders. People can't afford health care and rent. That's true. Oh, man, Constitutional Stacker is back, able to comment again. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. And thank you, Star Stacker. I appreciate that with a $5 super chat. He says, I like your channel. You do a great job keeping us informed. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, my friend. Very, very good. All right. Thank you. And let's see here. And let's march on here up to the upside. Thank you, Star Stacker. And we've got Gold Bear Bunny says, I'm a little late watching this video. It's 2023. Well, thank you for popping in, sir. Yes, indeed. Gold and silver at Walmart. I did this video back in 2017, and people kind of shocked and surprised to see that it's happening. But indeed it is. Silver Day says, if gold hits $0, I'll buy a ton of it. There you go. Me too. I'll find a place to store it for sure. Very good. All right, and let's see here. We've got Ian Micron. How to fund the Taliban without saying I'm going to fund the Taliban. Exactly right. Boom. Exactly. Jeff Nelson says it's scary. The agents are already in America. Evidenced by a secret lab in Central California working on COVID and several other diseases. Make no mistake, our infrastructure is exposed to mass collateral damage. Yep, we're in a vulnerable position for sure. All right, let's see here. As we press on forward here. All right, there's CS. I've asked him several times what he means by vocal fry. I have other people explain it, but can you explain what you mean by vocal fry? I know what other people have said, but you're the one that brought it and been talking about it. I'm just curious to see what your take is on that. David Anderson says, when the wolves come out of the door, are you a sheep or someone who can fight back? I thought Israel's were supposed to be prepared. Sadly, none all were. This is movement here in this country to disarm us. Think about it. Yep. It's kind of shocking how unprepared they were that this could happen. You know, they thought it couldn't happen, and it did. Coordinated crazy attack here that we saw. Pop-ball strategy. All of this could be a way to mine for silver and gold. The probability is very slim, unless, of course, we could get Bruce Willis to pilot the spacecraft. Oh, yes, that's right. He didn't make it back. That's right, exactly. All right, very, very good. And we've got Paul Sabo says, keep up the awesome work, Sal. And here's $5. All right, well, Paul, thank you, sir. But if you left a super thanks, it didn't come through. Is Paul Sabo here? But thank you for the kind work. And if you did leave because I get those notifications. The super thanks, you don't see those too often. But some people have used them. But I get notified if those come through. But it did not come through. I don't know if he's still here or not. But anyways. Al says, thank you, Sal. He says, Lead is a precious metal used to protect our families and ourselves. When it comes to PMs, lead is more important than gold and silver in this evil world we live in. But we must always remember our God is greater than all the wickedness around us. That's exactly right. Very, very true. Very, very true. Yes, indeed. All right. They're good. Unpopular opinion is here. Good to see you. Welcome. And thanks for the thumbs up. We're at 301 thumbs up now. Appreciate that. As FIL, I don't think Israeli security forces fell miserably, but they got jumped. It's really easy to get jumped. It's a tactic for thugs that works. Yep. I think so too. Yep. But I'm just talking about the overall intelligence didn't see this thing coming. Not necessarily the Israeli forces, but the intelligence. The Israeli intelligence. I guess is that the Mossad? You would have thought there would be chatter of this thing going to be happening. But I don't know. But anyways, let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh, Paul Sabo. Told you, read. There you go. Oh, thank you. So it's in here he's going to do it. Thank you, Paul. Very kind. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, sir. All right, now I get it. Now, all right, he's here. He was waiting for tonight to do it. Thank you, brother. All right, here we go. Look at this. The solidification of the gains with even numbers. If you look at it from a cents standpoint. Gold up 15 bucks, 0.82%. Silver up 20 cents, $21.89. I thought for sure we were going to see $22 silver tonight. It got to $22.99 earlier. Yes, indeed, but we're not there yet. It could still happen tonight. We could see $22 silver hit. Gold up $15. So we shall see. Very, very good. And let's see here. Let's go to Southside Frankie. Says, well, if it crashed into Earth, there may be some widespread destruction for a start. Very interesting indeed. But no, I do not believe an asteroid is about to crash the market. However, it just shows you what can happen. That's true. All right, thank you so much. That's right, Hoosier Stacker. Stack your preparedness. Have a good night, Hoosier Stacker. Appreciate you. Check out Hoosier Stacker's channel. Yes, indeed. Good to see you, brother. Pawpaw Strategy says here, my LCS owner was talking about this yesterday. He said he was not happy that banks will be closed tomorrow for Columbus Day. It could be a harder hit than he's expecting. Yes. Can you imagine? Wow. Yes, it very well could be. We'll see here. All right. Very, very good. Have a little coffee here. Let's move on up here. We have got Bob Silver. Silver and gold should go up fairly well tonight, I would imagine. Well, you are right. Bob Silver, you're exactly right. They are up. Electric Ninja. Reuters reporting Israel attack to boost gold sales. Yep. That's right. That's Electric Ninja. I did a video on that and see if that's what this video is about. But you're right. You're right, Electric Ninja. Told you, J. Powell ain't going to like this. Everyone's running to metals. That's right. True that. Very true. All right, J.M. Sparger here. This is an important comment because I want to make this thing here. There's a lesson to learn from this. I have an honest question, not based on hate or political or biblical ideology. It's just a simple, probably stupid question. There's no stupid questions. This is a good one. During the years that you know who ran Germany, the German forces went into the homes of the Jews with pistols and rifles and drove them out into overpopulated camps and ghettos. Jews that had lived here in Europe for generations, going back thousands of years. After it was over, the U.S. and UN and Israeli military went into the homes of Palestinians who had been there for generations, etc., and drove them out with rifles and pistols into overpopulated camps and ghettos. Well, there's where you're wrong. They didn't do that. There's settlements that have been occurring in Gaza and in other places. And by the way, if they're peaceful, there's many Arabs and Muslims who live among Jews in Israel, as long as they're peaceful. So the premise of your question, before it even starts, is wrong. That's not what's happening. The U.S., UN, and Israeli aren't doing that. You're comparing them to Nazis. You're comparing the United States, the UN, and Israeli military to Nazis, and that's not a fair assumption here. So what did those Palestinians do to deserve being treated by the U.S. and UN and Israeli military the same way the Germans treated Jews? Well, I tell you, JMs again. You're basically comparing Israel and the UN to Nazis, and that's a ridiculous notion. It's never happened that way. What's happening on the Gaza Strip is very simple. Um, and by the way, what happened with the planning that occurred proves that that's not what's happening. Because I guarantee you that no one in Nazi Germany, any Jew there, could have been able to coordinate an attack such as was done on Israel if there was no freedom in the overpopulated camps. There's 2 million people live in the Gaza Strip, and yes, it's kind of policed. If there's any terrorist activity that comes out of there, they do, go in and police it, but they need to. But now, of course, they didn't do it enough apparently, because now they're able to plan and do what they've done. Probably should have done it even more. That's the difference. That's the difference. It's indeed very. All right. Yes, 79. Yes, I know what's happening because I read enough different news reports. I've seen many different things. 79 and so is this 79 for the terrorist? I think Terry 79 is for the terrorist. Terrorist, I think she must be. That's right. Very, very good. All right. Yeah, the mainstream media. What does the mainstream media say, 79? Mainstream media, what do they say about it? Which mainstream media are you talking about? Anyways. Because a lot of the mainstream media is actually for Palestine in some of these cases. But anyways. All right, big collecting fun. Big like number 550, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Yep, the news lies to everybody. That's true, 79. But I've been paying attention to what's been going on there for years. And I don't get my stuff from the mainstream media. I get it from all over the place. I do read the mainstream media too, but I definitely keep up with what's going on with multiple different news outlets, including Al Jazeera, including the Jerusalem Post, and including all Russia Today. I read it all. I take in and digest it all. In fact, when you see things on Twitter like, this is footage of Palestinians shooting down Israeli helicopters when it's from a video game, yeah, you tell me where the lies are coming from. It's insane. Or they take footage from something that happened back in 2014 and make it like it's happening today. There's deep fakes, and then there's just plain fakes, and it's all over the place. And so you have to make a sense as to where the most truth is, and make a decision and where that is there. But yes, indeed. And that's right, Hagar the Holler. And again, and I'm also not saying that there's been some Israeli soldiers who maybe have done some pushed or done something bad. Nobody's perfect. No army is perfect. I see, very good. 79. Of course, I don't believe the mainstream media when they call Trump a criminal. Of course, I don't. Why would you even say that? You know my support of Trump. Anyways, let's see. All right, know the future. Let's do this one, then we'll check the markets again. Says, I'm expecting gold and silver to drop further in America. I'll buy more. We're the only country left where precious metals are falling. Everywhere else, precious metals have doubled or tripled in their currency. Yep, and it just shows you the power of the dollar, right? But they are up today. Tonight, they are up. And let's see here. So there we are. Gold and silver are both up. Silver is up 22 cents. Now it's up over 1% right now. So it's starting to climb up slowly. And gold is up $15.60. Up 0.85%, 18.49 70. Very good. All right. Very good. All right. And let's see here. Oh man, oh man, that's right. Constitutional Stacker has been paroled. By the way, Constitutional Stacker tried to leave a super chat last night and was prevented from doing so because of one word. In fact, I'm going to try to find a way to. You guys should check out Constitutional Stacker on this other website that actually shows videos a lot. Yes, if you guys should check that out. This is another website that shows some videos that starts with an R, and you know what they say. You remember that. My favorite line from this guy. I used to watch wrestling a lot, and there's this guy. He says, "Let's get ready to rumble." I love that guy. Whatever his name is, I forget the dude's name, but yeah, but that's where Constitutional Stacker is. Check him out. He's doing really good over there. All right, very good. All right, let's see here. Zach and Bro says, they confiscated our gold before gold was illegal at a time in the U.S. They promised to return to the gold standard once Tricky Dick fixed their trade deficit. Truth is stranger than fiction. Yep, fiction, exactly right. They did not keep our promises. That's exactly right. And the Muscle Mal says, I need to see your brass stack. There you go, my brass tacks. Well, I can give you brass tacks or brass stack. I do have a little bit of brass, but not a whole lot. Very, very good. And Sal, Flat Dark Earth. Way to go. That's right. Very good. Flat Dark Earth. Nice. Algorithmic thumbs up from the global warmer. Let's take a look at the markets now, shall we? We're checking them out here tonight. Michael Buffer, that's it, Michael Buffer. You have to pay him when you say that. That's right. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'll give him a super chat on this live stream. That's very good. All right. All right. So here we go. Markets are now showing the solidification again of these gains, and which means that we may see these gains stay for most of the night. The markets are not opening up tomorrow in the United States because it's a federal holiday, but wait until see what happens in the London market. Silver is now up 23 cents to $21.93. We very well may see silver hit $22 overnight. You never know. You never know. But gold is up $15.50 tonight. Yes, indeed. Very, very good. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's get back to the markets here. Abel Rune says, Sal, you said it yourself, libertads are high in demand. All the more reason to stack them. Well, but you don't stack something that's at that high demand with that kind of premium. You collect them to flip them. I have never had a problem liquidating them as long as that those that collect them are always looking to stack more. But that's just it, Ablerone. I make the argument that they're not stacking them, they're collecting them too. There's a difference between collecting and stacking. That was my whole point about libertads. My LCS is always happy to get them. Thanks for the video as always. Well, thank you, Ablerone. But I think you missed my point. What I'm mentioning there is that these are the silver coins you never buy for stacking. I didn't say you couldn't buy them as a collector or a flipper. And if you want to invest in a particular silver coin that does well, go for it. But I wouldn't stack them. Because if you stack something, you need to liquidate it quickly. I mean, if your LCS goes out of business, what are you going to do with them? You're going to sell them online, and that type of thing. All right. Very good. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dale Valve, most definitely. This is most definitely a cause it to increase. There's no question about it. This war, that's what this is all about. Yep, it's crazy. Can't wait for the markets to open. We are here. FJM, I hope you join, or I hope you pop in tonight. We're covering the markets right now. We are here. And Sooner Sciences sound like salt, scarce, used as money. Man worth the salt today. Free, plentiful, gold, scarce. Money, plentiful, but still get some. There you go. That's right. It would be like salt if that would be the case. That's true. That's right. Very good. Let's see here. Very, very good. All right, so there's where we are. Let's refresh this, but we'll look at the markets as we wait for those to reload here. What an evening this has been. We started out the night with a dramatic increase in gold and silver prices to the likes we've not seen in probably more than a couple of years on this channel since I've been started doing these Sunday night market watches. In this special edition, we are indeed seeing the markets move dramatically. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the thumbs up. Can we get 350 thumbs up tonight, or maybe even 400? We very well could. I'd appreciate it. It'd be nice if we got 400 thumbs up. Help the algorithm here. So silver is now up a full quarter now. So it's really starting to push back up to the high, because before we got almost 30 cents up for silver's price tonight, up over 1.13 cents. Gold is up $16.10. So yeah, there it is. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Son of a biscuit, says Red Crawler. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Richard Metcalf. You appreciate the thumbs up, guys. If we can get 350 or 400, that'd be great tonight. We're keeping an eye on these markets because they are on fire. Yes, indeed. Look at that. Gold to silver ratio is at 84.67, coming down a little bit with tonight's activities. All right, very good. Ghosts in plain sight. Salt will be worth its weight in gold soon. Yes, it could be. Very true. All right. There you go. Forbidden Planet. I love it. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Very good. AKA 47 is here. Evil 1 is here. Bill 457 is here. Thank you. And Mike Raymer, thank you, my friend, for popping in tonight. Zardoz has a multi-ethnic thumb up. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. As we continue to peruse these markets, it is amazing to see. Look at this. Wow. All right. Let's get down on it now to the couple of these videos, or not these comments. Here we got big like. Let's see here. Let's get a gold algorithm. Thank you, Sam, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And DD Prepper, I don't think the aliens are going to go for that. Us robbing their central bank. That's right. I love it. That's a great comment. All right, very good. All right, good. No IQ is here. Welcome, No IQ. Welcome, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate that. Dennis Gaiman is here. Thank you so much, Dennis. Appreciate you being here, sir. Get down on it. Get down on it. I don't know why that song keeps coming in my head, but you're right, Constitutional Stacker. All right, and we've got Moose BME says the following here about the asteroid. This one triggered a lot of people, too. It's a conversation just for fun. I don't take it seriously. That's basically telling everybody, bring the whole asteroid back all at once. Why? 65 million years ago, a 10-kilometer asteroid hit Earth, wiped most of the species out. 16 psych and 110-kilometer metallic would be at least 1,000 times worse than that. Nothing would survive except maybe a few extremely microbes. It would sterilize the planet. Yes, indeed, that's true. Wow. Yeah, it's good to see you, Mike Raymer. And thank you. Good to see Bob Thompson here, too. Thank you, Cemetery Shop. And let's see here. Oh, did Star Stacker say something? Did I miss something Star Stacker said? If you could say it again, Star Stacker. If you could put my name in the, if you type my name out, it'll light up. And we'll do it. No scammers tonight, two brothers. They typically don't call on Sunday nights, which is probably good since it's a very busy night. But if you have a question for me specifically, but type my name out with no space spelled correctly, it'll light orange, and I'll try to get to it. I do apologize if I can't see everybody's. There it is, just like Constitutional Stacker did. It asked me to do a live with them. Ooh, man, I can't believe it. It was, I'm going to guess Nickel Stacking did. Asked you to do a live with them. Silver Patriot says, NASA psych mission. Look over here and don't look at what we're really doing. Will be interesting to see what they discover if they actually tell us the truth. Yes. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Skywalker Precious Metals. Good to see you here. You better give me an interview when I bring my gold asteroid into orbit. There you go. All right. Will do, FIL. Smart Silver Stacker. Okay, cool. Nice. I don't know him. We've never crossed paths, but I've heard of him. But anyways. But yeah, I've never seen him. I've never seen him over here. But anyways, all right. My kitten is a Grandmaster Asteroid gold should have a higher premium than regular gold. Yes. True that, true that, true that. Should have. Gold markets are closed. Stock markets are open on Columbus Day. Oh, really? Bond markets are closed, but stock markets are open. So, wow, interesting. Whoa. Jim Sinclair, precious metals analyst, died today. Belang P just sharing with us. Wow, that's too bad. Wow. Thank you for sharing, Belang P. Man, very, very sad to hear that news. C. Phipps says, interesting to think about, but just because a lot of gold might be up there doesn't mean that we'll be able to bring it all or any part of it back in the next 20 years. That's exactly right. I even mentioned that in the video in our lifetimes, but it's fun to kind of talk about. Kind of like one of those things about the gold in the Grand Canyon. It's just it's crazy conspiracy, but anyways. Kenneth says it's another government scare tactic to make the market move. Probably so. Valiant Thor says it's just about to show you that they know we will still need precious metals 100 years from now. That's right. Exactly. Nobody is lassoing an asteroid and bringing it back. That's right. Can't even bring an iceberg to Florida. That's right. Exactly. And let's see here. All right. Still waiting for Star Stacker. I think if you want to ask me a question or something, trying to look out for that. But anyways, thank you for the thumbs up. We're trying to get to 400 tonight if we can for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Butterfly in effect says the following. I can't see this as being terribly feasible, and if so, it would be the antithesis of cost expedient, although this hasn't stopped the U.S. government before. Imagine them minting coins with asteroid gold. It would completely blow away the Canadian single-source coins. Maybe they can mint the national debt coins with this gold. There you go, exactly. I like it. Pretty fun. It's fun to talk about, but anyways. Very, very good. All right. Gotta go. Okay, thank you. Forbidden Planet. Have a good night, my friend. Appreciate you popping in tonight. Okay, Star Stacker, do you think Fort Knox still has all the gold? I think they do. I think they do have the gold. And that's actually a fairly controversial opinion to have on a precious metals channel. But I do believe they have it. I believe Edmund C. Moy, when he says that he's seen it and they've got it. But I do think they ought to do an audit. And it should be an open, transparent audit of the Federal Reserve and the Fort Knox gold. But no matter what you do, there are always people that will question it, no matter how open you make the audit. But I do believe it's there, yes. All right. But they do not want you. They don't want to bring it up. They don't want to bring attention to the gold, I think. So I think that's why that you don't hear much about it, and I think that's also why people question whether it's there or not. And I think people have a right to question it. I think we should get an audit of it. And but I think this is what has led us to the conspiracy that all the gold is gone. All right, Gary Coover says they might find a metal we have never heard of. Yes, that's a possibility. That could be true. I've got the Fort Knox gold. There you go. That's right. Thank you, Constitutional Stacker. I bought it all. Because I knew that when the mine comes, it would be going to be crazy. So I didn't want to go ahead and get it. All right. All right. And we've got Jeff Shaw says, I heard that another YouTuber said there's a lot of gold in the Grand Canyon. Yep. I've heard that too. And that story's been going around for years. I mean, literally into the early 1900s. Bruce, gold will drop to 1,200 on May of 2026. Well, that's really specific. Just before that happens, there will be a good time to buy, because if you wait until the final drop, you may find yourself SOL. That's poopy out of luck for those of you in Rio Linda. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. All right, Evil One. What Germany did demand go back. Why did they get it back in a remelted form? Sounds like something fishy is going on. That's right. The rehypothecation of the gold that the Germans asked back is something that leads credence to the theory of wondering what's going on with it. Rehypothecation, although it's not a direct link to saying, well, something's going on there, but it still makes you wonder. Does not have a 1 ounce gold round, but thinks Fort Knox has gold. Coincidence? I think not. There you go. I got a platinum coin, a real coin from the UK. Pretty cool. Nice. Is it the Platinum Britannia? I wonder, did you get the Platinum Britannia or is it the Royal Arms? I think those are the only two platinum, at least bullion coins that are released from the UK. Nowhere Man says, Jake Bro, YouTube channel is one of the best covering Ukraine. Okay. Will Bixby, what's going to happen to Ukraine if we have to cut their allowance to pay for this war too? I hope Taiwan can hold off China on their own. Yeah. So I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, man. Okay, well, Sunday nights we usually don't do the push-ups, but I'm going to do it for Constitutional Stacker because he's awesome, and thank you. But just as another record, I typically, there's so much going on Sunday nights with the Market Watch, I typically don't do it. Let's do 5, though, for you. In fact, I'm going to do 10 for you just because you're awesome. Thank you, brother. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for Constitutional Stacker. Now, here's the thing, just so you understand, what we usually do, for those of you who are new here, we do have some new folks here, on Tuesdays and Fridays, what usually happens is every dollar donated via Super Chat, I do one exercise, or a push-up, or something like that, or a curl. Every dollar donated via PayPal, Friends, and Family, I do 2 of those exercises because YouTube takes about 30%. Then you got another about 25% out of taxes. And so that's why we do that. So very good. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Zach and Bro is here. Thanks for popping in tonight. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Have a good night, Eagle Steve. Thank you for being here. Let's go to Pray for Lasting Peace. There you go, brother. Exactly, Steve C. I'm with you on that. Definitely, definitely. And Neil Farrar says, I find that the army was stood down. Hard to believe. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's a little far. I can't imagine Netanyahu would allow people to be slaughtered like that for 7 hours. But anyways. And let's see here. Angela Rose. This is why I'm a little weary of the value of precious metals because it's only worth what the powers that be say it is. It's already manipulated. Yep, I know, I hear you. But do not underestimate the power of natural market forces. I will say that. Very good. And William Metal Stacker says with a thumbs up on this video. Thank you, brother. Let's take a look at the markets now. What are they doing now? We are seeing them in an upward direction. Their silver is now up 21 cents now. 21 cents for silver to $21.91. That's almost a full percentage point. There's some resistance there. It can't quite reach $22. But hey, we could see it happen overnight. 4C is here. Good to see you. Welcome, 4C. Now, gold is up $14.50, up 0.79% to $18.48.60. And we saw this happen just after the top of the hour. Platinum and palladium actually went down. So they're actually down tonight. Pretty interesting. Very, very good. All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys. All right, we're at 352 thumbs up. If we could get to 400 tonight, oh, man, I'd appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. Let's get back to the comments here. Civil asset forfeiture is theft by men with badges. It sure is. You're right. And I'm glad the FBI got sued over that, and I hope they lose. That's just crazy what happened there. Thank you, Silver Heist, the man. Let's get over here. All right, and let's see here. And where are we at? Okay, we've got Ronald T. Hall, or Ronald D. Hall. Good video, Sal. Yeah, it's shameful the way the government in office now is taking money away from our people and promote wars that we don't support. Everything you say is great advice. Pray for Israel and all of God's people and vote out people who support values that are not yours, no matter what party. That's exactly right. Thank you so much, Cemetery Shop. Appreciate you guys with thumbs up. Welcome, Cherokee Cowboy is here. Welcome. Good to see you. Do you want the video of the guy with his helmet on and boxers that was shot in the head? At least tried to put up a fight. Guy surrendering from the tank. Got in the back. I've not seen that video. I've not seen that one. Was that an Israeli soldier? Wow. It's crazy. Anyways, let's see here. Alien says, I am such a dip on the drop buyer. No. We have entered the Ziggy zone of precious. There you go. Ziggy zone. They're up tonight. It's crazy. The Mossad, the Israeli intelligence service motto is by way of deception, thou shalt do war. Huh. I'm not sure. The service motto. By way of thou shalt do war. One man band. Appreciate the time and effort you dedicate to informing the community. A great week to add to the stack. Added an ounce of gold. Very good. I hope you got it before this big increase we've seen here tonight. Very good. All right, thank you. Epstein's Magic News, alt account algo food for you. Thank you, Epstein's Magic News. Appreciate it. Oh, man, Constitutional Stacker, thank you, brother. Another $5 super chat. Man, ultra kind. And you never have to do that, brother. I just appreciate you being here, but very, very kind of you, sir. Wow. All right, yeah, I tell you what, it's crazy. Crazy night we're having here with the markets. What's going on? Let's see what Mr. Demetrius 0614. I have a hard time reading when the letters are all together with these handles here. Why is everyone saying pray for peace when the Bible says a sword and division is coming? Well, it doesn't mean we can't pray for peace. It just is making a prediction. You know, that's really the reason why we should pray for peace no matter what. All right. Let's see here. Z06 Cowboy is here. And let's see here. We've got a tap 4090 says Metro Bank announced tonight that 325 million pounds has now been raised and the future investment in this bank is now safe. All right. So they were able to pull it off. But, you know, there may be a temporary measure. We'll see. But thank you for the report there. And James O'Neill Brown with some algorithmic emoticons here, which I appreciate that greatly. Yes, indeed. And, you know, we've not heard much about a whole lot of violence in the Middle East until really yesterday. He says the Middle East is always at war. There's always skirmishes happening to some level, to some degree, but this is obviously a big deal. The whole side of the world is always, we're always not losing sleep over it. Well, you should, because this is an actual coordinated massive attack with hundreds of casualties, maybe even thousands. And Israel has actually declared war we've not seen in 50 years that's occurred there. So, yes, indeed. Thaddeus from Suriname. Oh, man, Thaddeus, I'm glad you're here. In 2013, Suriname had a bullion coin. I have a tube of them. They're very hard to come by these days. They were only minted 1 year, but I have these coins from Suriname, a Suriname 2013 Suriname bullion coin. It's pretty cool. In fact, you know what? I know I'm kind of being sidetracked. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can put this in here. I got to show you this. This is pretty cool. This is it. Hard to come by. Very hard to come by. They minted them only 1 year in 2013. And that was it. Well, they minted them in 2012 too, but those are very hard to come by. 300,000 were minted by the European Central Mint, which probably means that it was probably the Bavarian Mint, maybe. They had a nice, cool finish on them. But they did mint them in 2012, but I think there was only 25,000 minted, and I can't find them anywhere for 2012. Would love to get the ones from 2012, but yeah, I know that's totally unrelated. I probably shouldn't have gone there, but I had to mention that because I love that coin. I was lucky enough to get a tube of those back in the day. But anyways, all right. Jonathan Crocker says currencies have come and gone, but gold and silver has stood the test of time and will continue to stack half-ounce gold liberties. All right. Way to go, brother. Very good. All right. Let's see here. And let's see here. Down south, pickin' stackin'. Says here, these things remind me that the end could be upon us at any moment, like there's no normalcy anymore. May God have mercy on us. That's true. Things could change in an instant, for sure. Yep. All right, yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. By the way, we only need 32 more thumbs up to reach 400 likes tonight. So I hope you guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a good night, Constitutional Stacker. Have a good one. Thank you for popping in tonight. You are awesome. Appreciate you again, Constitutional Stacker. Make sure to check him out on YouTube and that other place. You are awesome. One man band. I am in no way condone any violence, but you can't be surprised by the violence. This has been going on as long as I can remember. When you keep poking a bear, you're going to get bit. That's true. It doesn't surprise me to some extent, but the coordination and the grand scale of it does surprise me. And that war has been made. But the bear that has been poked is Israel has been poked, not the other way around. But anyways, but yeah, very good. But you're right. All right, let's see here. And let's march on up here. Okay. To the next comment. Let's refresh these. Now we've got more that we're going to get to. We'll do one more, and then we'll get back to, we'll do these from this guy, from user. I wish it would at least show the channel name here. I hate that it doesn't do this. Says, I have a funny feeling there isn't going to be any air or space travel, let alone satellites, sooner than later. May not be this solar cycle, but it very well could be. The sun holds the whole world in its hand. You're right. That's true. You never know. You never know. All right. Terry is my brother. Oh, man, she must have had an operation I didn't know about. Very, very good. And let's see here. Where are we at? Users responding to this video as you're responding to the live stream. That's right. And I'm responding to you right now. Let's take a look at the markets now. Refresh this. They are indeed opened in Asia right now, and they are solidifying the gains. Silver is up 25 cents now, full quarter, 1.18% increase to $21.95. Gold is up $15.70 tonight, folks. $18.49 It might get to $18.50. Silver might get to $22 sometime over the course of the night. We shall see. All right. Very, very good. There's where the markets are. Indeed, they are. Okay. Let's press forward here. So there's where the markets are. And let's get down here to this. Some interesting thoughts on this video here. Jimmy says, that's a good story, however, completely out of reach. Kind of like putting a banana inside of a bottle with a monkey. For a monkey. He may want it, however, when he holds it, he can't have it. He must let it go in order to appreciate it. Thanks for sharing with the community. Yep, it's just for fun. And kind of talk about the ridiculousness of it, but you're right. Probably not going to happen. All right, we're 20 thumbs up away from 400. All right, guys, we're getting closer. Thank you, thank you. By the way, I did not just fart. If you heard that, that was the chair made a movement. Again, I can't reiterate, I cannot stress enough that that little sound you heard was not me farting, okay? Just want you to make sure you're aware of that, because I didn't do that. All right, more than likely undersea mining will occur. Well, it's got to be in very shallow, very, very shallow waters, not the deep sea oceans. Penguin, there would be a space gold alongside paper gold. I'm not worried, especially if NASA's involved. NASA's turned into a clown show. I'll tell you what, maybe they can back up all those derivatives with the gold that's up there, maybe. That way they can say it. Very good, yes indeed. Yes, and Nighthawk, silvers and missiles. I actually did a video about it. And to go over to my channel and type in the search bar, Tomahawk. Is there really 500 ounces of silver in a Tomahawk cruise missile? Check out that video if you get a chance. And let's see here. James Smith says, if they bought 1 ounce from outer space, you could not afford the price for that 1 ounce. That's right, if they were able to actually make that happen. This is space gold. That's right. Oh, yeah. Zephiel, I'll get demonetized immediately. I did not get the email yet, but I'll watch that on my own. But I'm not gonna show it here. But yeah, it's crazy. All right. That's right, Eva. When I never fart, I'm like a princess in that way. That's right. Cosmic Trail, silver particles behind them. There you go. That's right, John Knox. If I do, I fluff. That's right, Jimmy. Fluff silver particles. All right. Wildcat says here, how many have they picked up so far? 0. Aliens are real, and they crap gold nuggets. Gold market is finished. Oh, boy. Well, we just hire the aliens to bring us the gold. Maybe that's what we should do. I think that's probably what's going to happen. We're going to hire the aliens to bring us the gold. Silent but violent. There you go. Would Sal buy gold PM or pay debt at the moment? Depends on what kind of debt it is, Mr. E. Mortgage debt, if you got it at a low interest rate, I'll let that go. But if it's high debt, I'm paying the debt down first. All right. A very good question. Very good question indeed. Little Lamb is here. Very good. All right. I've run out of all liquids. I have no water. I have no coffee. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I guess I'll just pick my nose or pull the hair out of my nose. All right, let's go on to the next one. By the way, folks, we're only 15 thumbs up away from reaching our goal tonight of 400. Oh, thank you. JM Unleashed has been kind to post a link to that video about the Tomahawk cruise missile I did a while ago. Robert Knight says the rocket will be out of date in 25 years, but by then the 10 billion population will destroy our planet, so don't worry. Yes, indeed. Well, where are we at? 8 billion now? AAA says, PSYOP, they use narratives to sway things to benefit themselves. Gold may fall to 0, but it will rebound after they believe the majority have sold their stockpiles off for a tiny fraction of its real value. There is no asteroid. Remember, NASA in Hebrew means lies. All right, interesting. All right, very good. No slurping. That's right, Paula. I'm out of. I should have brought some extra water with me. I did not come prepared. Shylock debt. Indeed, right. I did not come prepared with water. All right. And we've got Stefan Cossette says here. We'll look at this and then we'll take the markets. We'll look at the markets again after this comment. And let's go over here to make this thing affordable and fungible and believable. And if we're digging on an asteroid to get gold, that gives us a good idea of its importance. That's right. That's true. Buying periodically in the dip will always be a good thing. I still hope not to need to sell my gold because for me, it will always be the best insurance policy for my family and for bad times. Exactly right, Stefan. Well said. Yeah, it should be remembered that gold was $2,000 in August of 2020, $1,700 in March of 2021, $2,000 in February 2022, and all these different price ranges around since then. Thank you. Good point. That keeps it in perspective. That's a silent fart if I've ever heard one. I just did it. Zephiel, literally as you typed that, I actually did fart and it was silent. I confess Zephiel knows I did it, but it doesn't stink, just so you understand, okay? All right, CBA says, far easier to weaponize the U.S. dollar while at the same time demonizing gold than follow Canada's lead with dumping the U.S. stockpiles, thus flooding the market. That's how you get $0 gold. Yeah, that's a good point. It was not a queef. And why is that, Matt Bittner? Because I am not built that way. I have not had the surgery, so therefore that would be impossible. Yeah, flip those tomahawks with platinum instead. Get the price up. I like it. That'd be very heavy. That'd be a very heavy missile. Silent but deadly. There you go. That's right. Mike Herrera is still with us. Thank you, Gold Chick. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Hanging with us tonight. Paul Sabo is here with us still. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. D. Cello Piano says, I believe a guy selling a gold pamp in a parking lot before and believe anything NASA says. All right. Thank you. Erickson says, I think before they find a way to mine an asteroid, we're going to get out of gold on Earth. Very interesting, Sal. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a fun story to cover. And Global Warmer with an algorithmic thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Uganda is closer. That's true. Uganda is closer. Jeff Nelson here says the following. California is still building bullet train, 30% shorter, 10 years past finish date, approximately 30 more years to go. It's only $100 billion over budget. It could be a $500 billion crazy train that nobody uses. Democrat in a dream, government at its finest. Exactly right. True that. Very, very good. All right. Let's see here. That's right, Bill 457. That's right. I think they were melted down since then. But let's look at the markets now. The markets indeed are hanging on to their gains. Look at this, folks, actually increasing their gains slightly, at least for silver. Gold right now is sitting at up $15.50 to $18.49.60. Silver is up 27 cents now to $21.96. Getting very, very close, dangerously close to $22 an ounce. Yes, indeed. Very good. By the way, folks, we are only that's right, count them, 4 thumbs up away from reaching our goal of 400 thumbs up tonight. So hopefully we can get there soon. Appreciate you guys joining us here on this special report of the Market Watch as we watch these markets flow tonight. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Yes, Brian Tucker got a Salivate Metal membership, and likely that probably came from Ghost in Plain Sight. Very nice of him. All right. Joe Cola says here the following. He says, people that don't understand the power of suggestion from Hollywood will believe that Bruce Willis will answer the call and land the asteroid and return it to our planet. Should probably go get another job and do the world a favor. I don't mean any ill will towards anyone, but if you can't see the Monty Brewster's narrative going on with George Klaus and company, well, you will be the mini playing the street when the real threat comes barreling down your street in your neighborhood. Thanks, Al, for the content. You always make the news entertaining for us and cut to the BS. Thank you, Joe Cole. I appreciate that. And that's kind of what I was trying to do here. A lot of people didn't get it, mainly because they didn't watch through. But I said it pretty early on that I knew this was a ridiculous notion, but it's kind of fun to laugh at anyway and to make fun. It's very, very good. All right. Nice. Thank you, Joe. And W. Worcester Video says, Sal, there isn't a spacecraft that can break through the firmament. Yep. That's if you believe there's a firmament now. All right. And total waste of money, says Bill Granger. Yep, I tend to agree. And let's see here. And Erickson says, I see silver as a savings account, not as investment. That's why I don't sell it. There you go. That's right. Good plan. That's how I think too. I'm with you on that. Big Trader. Let's get to this. Make this happen. Pop over here with this. Big Trader says, it's all right. It's just Sal's gold and silver fantasy, singing Sal's fantasy song. Nonetheless, it's going to be happen. It's not going to happen. This is fantasy speculation and fantasy NASA. That's the kind of stuff that makes kids believe Santa Claus which just is not true. Nonetheless, you look at old Nick in the dictionary, the rulers of hell, Satan, which is exactly what NASA does to people's minds. Down through the chimney with old Saint Nick. All right, big trader. Thank you. And let's see here. Gold and Silver says, this is FUD article. They want us to create uncertainty here. For sure, another article calling gold a rock. Yep. All right. Kiefer says, I've seen a similar story from another YouTuber. Still don't get it. The cost of an asteroid mining will be substantial. And if they only sell their product for zero, there's no point. Yep, exactly. Yep. Zuki Play Metals is here. Thank you. All right, we've got 409 thumbs up now. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. That's right, exactly. Very good. From America to Japan says, who's to say we'll really ever went to the moon? Moon landing was most likely fake. So for us to land on the asteroid and to mine it is highly unlikely. Well, that's where I disagree with you. I believe we did land on the moon. And I believe the Earth is an oblate spheroid, that there is no firmament, and all that. But anyways, I know that's a very controversial thing to say, but anyways. Sea Snail says, metal people, is gold certificates good, safe to hold, just like physical? Well, I would say it's better to have a physical, but you can likely get the certificates for a lot cheaper, but that's only exposure to gold and silver's price, not to the gold itself. Good to see me, my drone. Good to see you. Welcome. And let's see here. All right. Oh, yeah. So Rocky Superstar will be live streaming after this. Thank you, James Unleashed. Very good. Nicrotromus says, it's way more likely that there is land here in our realm that we're not told about, that we're not allowed to go to. They could mine metals from those lands and then bring it to our realm with the claim that they mined it from an asteroid. We're not allowed to go to Antarctica, right? Yeah. That's very difficult. That's tough land to get to. We don't know what's in Antarctica. It's such a very extreme environment. Pipe dream, that's right. Pipe dream it is. Generic Stacker says, might be better spent developing ways to prevent asteroids from slamming into Earth. I recommend a drone spaceship that sits center screen, spinning around and blasting big asteroids into smaller ones. I had the highest Atari score in the neighborhood, and I'm ready for duty, sir. There you go, Generic Stacker. I like it. Very, very good. All right. Let's see here. Rudy Poo, there was a firmament, but then it fell. That's called the flood, Rudy Poo. That's called the flood. God didn't lie. God also created the earth as an oblate spheroid. Brian Kerr says, if NASA says they know how old an asteroid is, that's a lie. All right. Thank goodness I have 6 years to hold my gold. Whoopee. See, I knew I was going to get a lot of comments in this about NASA and about flat Earth and about all this stuff. It's crazy. That's right, John Knox. That's exactly right. John Knox nailed it. It fell. See, the waters came up from underneath the earth and from above. When the Bible talks about that, the great flood, that's exactly what happened. And selection and presentation is happy or in love. That's right. Very good. All right, let's refresh this and see what happens here. All right, keep on stacking, says Cherokee Cowboy, and he's here. We're going to do 2 more comments, and we'll check out the markets here again to see what they're doing. Andrew 69 Novak, I thought you were going to be talking about the fraud of the paper market. I suspect we will find out Crimex is empty before we mine asteroids. We shall see. Well, I don't know. I've heard a report, too, that the COMEX has an emergency supply of silver they can tap into at any moment in time. I kind of believe that, but the LBMA was really tight for a while. All right. Very good. And deep space storage, says Rob. Yep, deep space storage. We shall see. All right, let's take a look at the markets now. It's South Park episode of the anti-Semitic Jews. I've never seen that one, Matt Bittner. Good night, Gary Coover. Good to see you. Have a good night, brother. Here's where the markets are now. Doesn't look like we're going to see $22 silver, at least on this broadcast. $21.94. Gold is at $15.10 up to $18.49.20. So we are seeing the markets up. But there they are. They are up. They are tonight. What an amazing night we had, folks. And my throat's about to, it's about to crack here. Just a long night here. Throat's getting a little tired. But hey, you guys are amazing. And I appreciate you so much for being here tonight. And we're going to be back on Tuesday night. But this has been an interesting broadcast. An amazing thing to see happen here. The metals complex reacting fairly dramatically to the news. And this could be short-lived. Who knows? Depends on what happens in the next couple of days. There's a lot of uncertainty there, and that's why the markets are reacting. It's not even so much about the war. It's about the reaction to the war. The uncertainty could it spread to a larger scenario. I don't know. We shall see. Very good. All right. Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. Thank you. If you want to check out further discussion, you can check out Rocky Superstar's live stream. And thank you for being here. Thank you, JM Unleashed. Appreciate all you guys for being here tonight. I want to leave you with a sage piece of advice, and that is this: to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care.